Hello children, welcome to AIMS India's online classes. In today's video, from math subject, rational numbers topic we are going to learn. Okay. So before rational numbers, in our earlier classes, we have learnt about some basic number systems which starts from natural numbers. Natural numbers are, we can also call them as counting numbers. They are all positive numbers. They are non-negative integers. We can call them as non-negative integers. For examples, the number starting from 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. So this number set is considered as natural number set, which we have learnt in earlier classes. The symbol for natural number set is capital N. So number set is represented within the flower braces, flower brackets. All the numbers which are inside the number set, we call them as elements of the number set, which are separated by comma, The smallest natural number is 1 and the largest natural number does not exist. Because if we tell 1 crore as the largest natural number, if we add 1 to it, what it will become? 1 crore 1 it will become. So like that, if we take any bigger number, for that if we add 1 means next bigger number will come. So largest natural number doesn't exist, or there is no number like largest natural number. So these are counting numbers. This is the first number set which we have designed for counting the numbers. But the number 0 is missing in this. So what we have done, we have added 0 to the existing natural number set and designated a new system called as whole numbers, which is denoted by W. It starts from 0. In digital clocks, the counting of time starts from 0. So there we will make use of 0. So the numbers starting from 0 onwards, they are designated as whole numbers. 0 is the smallest whole number. So largest whole number, like natural numbers, it also doesn't exist. Next. So we have extended this whole number system to include negative of each positive integer and obtain complete set of integers. So what we have done here, all positive integers are there. But for them, minus sign is not there. Means negative integers are not there. So to the existing whole numbers, for the all positive integers, we have added minus symbol and we extended this system as new system. Which is called integers, which is denoted by the symbol. Sometimes they represent it by I, sometimes by Z. This new number set system is called integer system, like -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. So on left side also we can extend the negative integers. On right side we can extend the positive integers. So here there is no smallest integer, there is no largest integer in the natural numbers. About these basic systems we have learned already. So here 1, 2, 3 and so on, they are considered as positive integers. -1, -2, -3, they are considered as negative integers. 0 is, it is neither positive nor negative. It's neither positive nor negative. So, okay, these are integers. So, next they have considered fractions, and they have developed a new system called rational numbers. To the integers, they have added fractions and they consider this system as rational number system. So, rational numbers means its symbol is Q. Its symbol is, they are denoted by the symbol Q, which can be expressed in the form of P by Q. The numbers which can be expressed in the form of P by Q are called rational numbers, where P and Q are integers. Here in P by Q, P and Q are integers. Means it may be positive integer, it may be negative integer, like that, but it should be in the form of P by Q. But here one condition applies. Q should never be equal to 0. In P by Q, P is the numerator, Q is the denominator, but the denominator should never be equal to 0. So that is the condition. So these are considered as rational numbers. So here P is called numerator, Q is called denominator. So the numbers like this, suppose if we take -7, -7 can be written as -7 by 1, -7 by 1, 8 by 4, or 0. 0 we can write it as 0 by 1, like a fraction. 73%. 73% means we can write it as 73 by 100. 73 by 100. 73 by 100. Or 3.84 is there. How can we write 3.84? Because point after two decimals are there, we can write it by 384 by 100. 384 by 100. So root 25. Root 25 value is 5. 5 can be written as -1. 5 by 1. Sorry, 5 by 1. 5 can be written as 5 by 1. Cubed root of -8 is there. How can we write? Cubed root of -8 means -2 whole cube. Cubed root of -2 whole cube. Cubed root cube will be cancelled. -2 will be remaining. -2 we can write as -2 by 1. -2 by 1. In this way, all these numbers can be written as rational numbers. Actually, they are not looking as the rational numbers, but they can be written as rational numbers. So we have to consider them as rational numbers only. Okay. But this 5 by 0, -6 by 0, these numbers are not rational numbers, because in the definition already we have told Q should never be equal to 0. Denominator part should never be equal to 0. So that only that condition applies. So because by 0 is there means it doesn't exist. So okay children, these are rational numbers. Rational numbers means which are in the form of P by Q, or which can be written in the form of P by Q, where P and Q are integers, Q is not equal to 0, we consider them as rational numbers. Next. So we have to note some points in this case. So every natural number, we can take any natural number in the form of n. It can be written as n by 1. It can be written as n by 1, because n by 1 value also equal to n only. Equal to n only, which is a rational number. But a rational number such as 1 by n cannot be written as n, because 1 by n is not equal to n. It is not possible. So natural number can be written as rational number, but rational number cannot be written as natural number. Next. So 0 is a rational number. 0 is a rational number because we can represent it as 0 by q. 0 by q, where q is non-zero integer. Q should be non-zero integer. So 0 by any number, we can keep any number, its value is 0. Its value is 0 only. 0 by any number, its value is 0 only. But 0 by 0, we should not consider it as rational number because 0 by 0 doesn't exist. In denominator part, 0 is there. Okay. So every fraction is a rational number. Every fraction is a rational number. But a number like 5 by minus 6 is a rational number, but cannot be a fraction. Cannot be a fraction. Okay, children, you may get questions like this. True or false questions. Is every natural number a rational number? True. Is 0 is a rational number? True. Every fraction is a rational number? True. But every rational number is not a fraction. Every rational number is not a natural number. These points you have to keep in mind. Next. Positive and negative rational numbers. So a rational number is said to be positive if its numerator and denominator are both positive or both negative. If both numerator and denominator are positive, or if both are negative, then also minus minus will be cancelled. In that case, we can call that rational number as a positive rational number. Both the signs should be same. Example, 3 by 4 minus 29 by minus 110. Here minus minus gets cancelled. We can tell it as, we can simplify it as 29 by 110. These are positive rational numbers. So a rational number is said to be negative if its numerator and denominator are such that one of them is positive and one of them is negative. So in a numerator and denominator, if one is positive, other is negative, then on the whole, it will get minus sign. Then it is called as a negative rational number. Minus 9 by 43, 78 by minus 215. Because 78 by minus 215, we can write it as minus 78 by 215. So this plus and minus, we can represent on the whole, it will get minus sign. Though the minus sign is given in denominator part, but as we have positive symbol in numerator, we can take it for the whole. We can write it as minus 78 by 215. So these are negative rational numbers. Next we have equivalent rational numbers. So suppose if we have p by q, which is a rational number, where q is not equal to 0, where q is not equal to 0, that is the condition here. And we have n, which is a non-zero integer, means n also not equal to 0, n also not equal to 0. So then we have p by q here. Then the p, if you multiply p with a non-zero integer n, q with a non-zero integer n, if both p and q are multiplied with the same non-zero integer, then the resulting fraction and the given fraction, they are equivalent. They are said to be equivalent. So we have a rational number. In that rational number, q is not equal to 0, and we have a number n which is not equal to 0. Then if we multiply both the numerator and denominator by n, we will get another rational number the given rational number and the resulted rational number both are said to be equivalent. Both are said to be equivalent. Both are said to be equivalent. So here minus 2 by 5 is there. If you multiply with 2 on upper part and lower part, what we will get? Minus 4 by 10. Minus 4 by 10. So minus 2 by 5 comma minus 4 by 10 are said to be equivalent. Are said to be equivalent. Or another, if you multiply by 3, so then what we will get? Minus 6 by 15. Minus 6 by 15. So then these two are said to be equivalent. So next, if we multiply with 4, then also like that we can frame, by multiplying with the same number, we can frame equivalent rational numbers as many as we want. So here minus 4 by 10, minus 6 by 15, minus 8 by 20, all are said to be equivalent. Not only with a positive integer, we can also multiply with same negative integer. With the minus 2, like that also we can multiply. Then also they are said to be equivalent. So all these 4 rational numbers and so on, whatever we are getting, they are said to be equivalent. They are said to be equivalent. Okay. So not only multiplication, if p by q is a rational number, if n is the common divisor, not multiplier, if n is the common divisor of p and q, then also they are said to be equivalent. If p and q both are divisible by the same number, like n, which is a non-zero integer, so then also they are said to be equivalent. Suppose example, here you are the given fraction is minus 32 by 48. What we are doing? In the first case, we are dividing with 2. In second case, we are dividing with 4. After, because 2 is the common divisor here, 2 is the common divisor. This is the resulting rational number. Both are considered as equivalent. After dividing 4 by 4, this is the resultant rational number. Both are considered as equivalent. So we can multiply with the common non-negative integer, non-zero integer. We can divide with common divisor. So the resulting rational numbers are said to be equivalent. Here dividing by 8, dividing by 16, dividing by 16, these are all equivalent. So here minus 32 by 18 is there. Here we have divided by 2, we have divided it with 4, next with 8, next with 16. Finally, we have got minus 2 by 3. Still, can we divide? Still, can we divide? Suppose after 16, there is no common divisor for these two numbers. 16 is the last. After 16, with no other bigger number, we can divide numerator and denominator. So, finally we have got minus 2 by 3. This minus 2 by 3 for minus 32 by 48, this minus 2 by 3 is in the lowest terms. Lowest terms. So, dividing with common divisor and writing in lowest terms, we call it as standard form. We call it as standard form. So, rational numbers, they can be divided with the same non-zero integer and they can be written in the form of standard forms. They can be written in the form of standard forms. Okay, children, this is about equivalent fractions. So, what is equivalent fraction? Suppose a given fraction is there. if you multiply with common non-zero integer, the resulting rational number, we call it as equivalent rational number. Equivalent rational number or equivalent fractions. Not only multiplication, we can divide with the common divisor. So then also they are said to be equivalent. But like that, if we go on devising, we will be getting one last equivalent rational number or fraction, which will be in the lowest terms. Writing like that, we call it as writing in standard form. Okay, children. Next, standard form of a rational number. So, a rational number, it is said to be in standard form if it is in lowest terms. So, if it is in lowest term means which cannot be divided further with common divisor. So, to express a given rational number in standard form, so what we have to do means, first we have to make the denominator of the given rational number positive. If it is not already so, we have to make denominator of the rational number to be positive. That is step 1. Divide both numerator and denominator by their HCF. Regarding this LCM and HCF, already you might have learnt. HCF means highest common factor, or we can call it as GCD, greatest common divisor. Just now we have seen for 32 and 48, 16 is the greatest common divisor. After 16, we are not able to divide with the common number. So like that, first we have to make the denominator positive. That is one step. Second step, both the numerator and denominator should be divided by their greatest common divisor or highest common factor. We have to follow these two steps. For what? For writing a rational number in standard form, for that purpose. So here, example, 45 by minus 70, we have to write in standard form. So this minus, we will keep it in the upper part. We can write it as minus 45 by 70. So what is the HCF? How to find HCF? With 45 we have to take, here 70 we have to take, 45 ones are 45, what we are getting? We are getting 25 we are getting 70 here, 25 twos are 50 we are getting 50, next here 20 we will get, 20 we will get this number. 25 we have to take here, 21s are 20, what is remaining? 5 is remaining, and again 5 is 20, 5 4s are 20. Finally, when we have got 0, when dividing with 5 we have got 0. Finally, when dividing with 5 we are getting remainder 0. So this 5 will be considered as GCD or HCF of this 45 and 70. So we have to divide both of them with 5. So we will get minus 9 by 14 or minus 9 by 14. This will be the standard form of given rational number. So okay, children. Next, comparison of rational numbers. So how to compare two rational numbers? So before doing anything, we have to do express each rational number with a positive denominator. This is very, very important. In any case, we have to take first denominator as positive, so that for the denominators while doing HCF or anything, there will be no negative sign, there will be no confusion. So first we have to express the rational number with a positive denominator. Then we have to find LCM of positive denominators. LCM means least common multiple. So then next express each of the given rational numbers with this LCM as common denominator. So greater numerator, the number which is having greater numerator will be the greater. So here what is the concept? How to compare rational numbers? For doing that, what we have to do? First, denominator we have to make it as positive. Second, we have to find LCM of what? Of denominators. Next, all the given rational numbers, denominators, to be expressed with the LCM as common denominator. Then fourth step, the numerator which is having, the number which is having greater numerator will be the greater rational number. Let's try to understand by an example. So compare minus 8 by 9, 4 by minus 5. Like that, two rational numbers are there. We have to compare them and we have to tell which one is greater, which one is smaller. So here minus 8 by 9, denominator is positive, no need to worry. 4 by minus 5, denominator is negative, so we are taking it up, minus 4 by 5. So then denominator is positive, so no need to worry. So what is the LCM? LCM of 9 and 5. So LCM, what is the LCM of 9 and 5? You might be learning with the prime factorization method. We will divide with a common, so we will take one common multiplier and we will do like this in prime factorization method. But there is no common prime number which is a factor of 9 and 5, because 9 can be written as 3 into 3, 5 can be written as 5 into 1. There is no common prime number as a factor, so we have to multiply all. So we will get 45. LCM is 45. So now the second step is the denominator to be written as 45. So minus 8 by 9, how to write it as 45? We have to multiply with 5. But the given rational number value should not change. So that's why both numerator and denominator to be multiplied by 5. So then we will get minus 40 by 45. For the second rational number, the given denominator is 5. So we have to multiply with 9, so that the denominator will become 45. To keep the value same, numerator part also we have to multiply with 9, so that it will become minus 36. But now here the denominator parts are same. Here also 45, here also 45. Then what is the numerator? Here minus 30 is there, here minus 36 is there. So on the number line, this is 0, this is minus 36, this is minus 40. Which will be the greater? The number which is on the right side. The number which is on the right side will be greater, which is on left side will be lesser. So here minus 40 is less than minus 36. So this fraction having minus 40 as numerator is lesser than other fraction, or we can take original fractions. Minus 40 by 45 means minus 8 by 9. This is minus 4 by 5. So this one is smaller than this one. or in the original fraction, minus is for the denominator, or which implies we can take like this in the form of given fractions. So like this, we can compare any two given fractions, any two given fractions. Or method 2 is there, children. We can also compare them with the help of method 2. If AB are integers, CD are positive integers, AB can be any integer. AB can be any integer, but C and D to be compulsorily positive integers. Why means here C and D, they are taken in the place of denominator. And one more condition, here some conditions will apply. So directly we can tell A by C less than B by D. A by C less than B by D if the product of AD is greater than product of BC. Means here we are doing crisscross multiplication like this. A multiplying with D, C multiplying with B. So if A and D multiplied, there we will get AD. B and C multiplied, we will get BC. The condition is, first condition is AD is greater than BC. So then the given fractions will be, first fraction will be less. First fraction will be less. Okay. Second case. The second case, if AD is less than BC, if AD is less than BC, I think there is some small mistake is there. I think it is greater than, A by C is greater than B by D. A by C is greater than B by D. So that is one case. Or if both are equal, so then the two fractions will be equal. Two fractions to be equal. This is method 2, children. So next, example 2. We have to compare these two fractions. So minus we will take it up. Here also minus we will take it up. Here we have 11 and 17. For that LCM we have to take. Sorry, by second method we are doing now. We will multiply with, this is A, C, B, D, like that we are taking. We are multiplying, cross multiplying. So minus 153 we have got, minus 53 we have got. So here product is less than. Product is less than. Minus 153 is less than minus 55. So that's why first fraction is less than second fraction. 1 minute, children. Here 1 minute, children. There is a small mistake here. If it is greater than, this fraction is greater than. If it is less than, this fraction will be less than. If it is equal to, then it is equal to. If the product behaves in what way, the fractions also behaves in the same way. Sorry, children, sorry for the mistake. So here the product is less than, so that's why the fractions also behaves like a in less than scenario. Okay, children, about this descending order and ascending order, with the help of comparison, we can do with the ascending order and descending order. So, which we can learn in tomorrow's class. Okay children, thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe our channel and press the bell icon for receiving latest updates. Thank you. Have a good day.